Brosnan, handsome fella, right?
Sure.
I'd do him.
What do you guys think of Pierce?
I love Pierce.
Pierce.
Pierce is hot.
He's hot, man.
He's hot. He is
I
hot.
think he's handsome. I don't know if hot, but I think he's handsome.
Hot,
handsome
he's
are
sexy,
synonymous.
and he's handsome.
All right.
It stays in the broccoli family.
Remember, kids, eat your vegetables.
Yes. He's smooth.
Bond fucks good,
Yeah.
you know, and that makes him mad, I guess.
I, too, would be mad.
Are you Harley?
Let's go back. All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Die Another Day.
Damn it. All right. One more time. 3, 2.
What do you want me to say instead?
No, I want you to.
It's like, what'd I do wrong?
We'll freestyle it, okay?
Okay.
No,
You
that was
made him
perfect.
start over.
That was
and
perfect.
You hadn't even said
That was
anything.
perfect. I just wanted to get you. I wanted to make it a little more natural. All right. In 3.
Well,
2,
what?
1.
All right. So, guys, it's been a while since we've
It's
done
been
the
a
whole
long
Bond
fucking
thing.
time, man.
You know,
It's
I
been a
mean,
while.
we've
It's been a
fucked
while.
around, done a couple other things,
Sure.
but we have not done Bond in a good bit.
And
The
damn,
movies
is it?
suck.
It's kind of good to be back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's nice to be going through this again.
It felt
Despite,
good.
yeah, I think you can only watch so many bad Bond movies in a row
Yeah.
before you just kind of get burnt out on it.
You do. Yeah.
You know. So, but here's the good news.
Tyler, go ahead with the good news whenever you're ready.
After this movie,
Mm-hmm.
we have Austin Powers Goldmember.
Nice.
Thank God.
Right?
Cool.
Break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I think we have 5 of the better movies coming up here to finish the series off with the 5 Daniel Craig movies.
Okay. So wait. Okay. Sorry. Was this the last Brosnan?
Yes.
This was. Okay. Good. Because he was starting to look a little rough.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, he was looking a little pudgy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
comparatively, I think Pierce Brosnan in this is looking better than what Roger Moore was by the end of his line. So
Roger
Yes,
Moore
he
was
looking
getting bad.
rough.
Roger Moore looked like a
Rough.
67-year-old man.
Yeah.
Now,
by the end.
granted, we have not watched the one-off Sean Connery from 1985, Never Say Never Again. I would like to get to that at some point, just because I bet it's funny.
Oh yeah.
It, I know that it somewhat resembles the Thunderball storyline,
Okay.
and I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I got the chair rubbing up against the thing. It's like squish, 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 squish.
What was that?
Squish, 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 squish.
Just making sure.
One more time.
No, I can't do it.
No, we're good on that.
No, do you want me to?
Yeah. Go on.
You could.
All right. Let's do this again. In 3, 2.
Yeah. So that one I'm interested in because that was like 1985 Connery.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
It can't
give
be
a fuck.
quality, yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably a little love in there though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But knowing what I thought of Thunderball, I don't know that I want to go through that again. But,
Sure.
Yeah. So
Okay.
how do you want to start? I got notes. Obviously, I got some cool stuff from like watching commentary, special features, some type of that
I
bullshit.
say
You know?
we just dive right in, man. This is a
Two.
movie we just dive right into.
You don't want to hear my?
Oh yeah, sorry. I kind of just blanked when you said that. Sorry. Let's
Okay.
we can do your thing, man. Sorry, my bad. I just kind of went autopilot there.
All right, so I was saying, so there is like kind of like a podcast feature. They call it the MI6 data streaming,
Ooh.
which is like fucking stupid. It's basically like the pop-up bullshit when you're watching it, like the pop-up facts. So
Fun fact.
yeah, basically. I did not write all these down because some of them were fucking stupid. Like one of
Okay.
the facts in the beginning when the 3 dudes were surfing on the coast of North Korea. Was Ian Fleming tried surfing in his mid to late 50s and it was harder than he thought. So like,
That's not a fact.
Like
That's not fun.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
not
That's
even
what I
like-
mean. It's like when you start with that, I'm like, oh, this might be rough.
It's like,
You know?
Harley Gifford is bad at basketball. It's like that's not really a fun fact. You know?
Yeah,
We
it's
knew
not
that.
fun at all.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
just
there was
I
no
looked
shot
at
of you
him.
being-
He was white. I didn't think so. Yeah.
There's no way.
We did the math.
But a couple things I did find funny or fun or whatever. Birds of the West Indies is a book he picks up in that Cuban guy's office
That is a fun
in
fact.
Havana. That's where Ian Fleming got the name. The author of that book was James Bond, a guy named James Bond, and that's where he got the name for the character. So that's kind of cool. The masseuse in the Hong Kong hotel was going to be cast. I believe her name's pronounced Michelle Yeoh. and it is like she was the girl from Tomorrow Never Dies.
Okay.
The Asian one that
She
he
was a hot
ran
whore.
around with, and so the Chinese intelligence
Okay.
one, and so they were going to cast her as the masseuse, have that connection, but she wasn't available. Roger Moore's daughter was the flight attendant when Bond
Very
was
cool.
on the plane, which is pretty cool, I think.
And after doing a double take and hearing that, you could definitely see a little bit of the Roger Moore face in there. And I was almost kind of expecting like the Roger Moore eyes. I know that was something we talked a bit
Yes.
about,
Yeah.
where it was like
Yeah.
that weird kind of side glance.
Yeah.
Was hoping we could have seen that, but
I mean, she did get a little like, I don't know. He's like, "You're lucky, I like it shaken." She kind of had like a,
it was her own version, maybe. You know?
Doing this for dad.
yeah, a little toned down. Yeah, but
Not as
yeah,
rude.
her
Just
her
just
own
nice that
version.
she got a little cameo in there. That's
Yeah.
fun.
And then the other cameo of someone, an older actor with the series, Desmond Llewellyn. We talked about this. He died. I don't think we said how he died
Who's
last
that?
time. He was the old Q,
There we go.
and so apparently he had died in 1999, which was like a couple months after Tomorrow Never Dies.
R.I.P.
Yeah, and he apparently died in a car crash on his way to a book signing.
Oh.
Like 2 months after Tomorrow Never Dies, and I was like, "Fuck, that's
What
sad."
a bummer.
It's
Yeah.
tragic.
So his son, Justin Llewellyn, who apparently called horse races and stuff.
Did he die in a horse race?
No, he died of like a heart attack in 2012, I think,
Lame.
at 59. He's allegedly.
Is this the fun fact? No.
Yeah, so all the Llewellyn men are dead. No, yeah. No, but apparently he was an extra in the sword fighting scene somewhere. I couldn't fucking find him.
I kept an eye out. I didn't see him.
Yeah, so, but
Maybe it was the guy who
apparently he was there.
Maybe it was the guy who got the newspaper cut
Could
in half.
be.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was
that'd be
kind of
interesting.
thinking. You didn't really see his face. He kind of was just like
Right.
flabbergasted. That's a good British
I was
word.
either
Flabbergasted.
yeah. This is a bunch of poppycock.
There we go.
I was either thinking it was that guy, or maybe there's like two dudes in the white polos walking down the hall when they're sword fighting, and they're both kind of like, whoa. I thought maybe the bald one was him because the dude
Okay.
was bald,
Sure.
but obviously I couldn't. So anyway, and then apparently, do you know what Q stands for? And I think you saw the special feature, so don't say it.
Do I know what Q stands for?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of words that come to mind when I think of Q. Not a lot of them start with Q. But one of them does start
I was
with
gonna
Q.
say I got like 5. I think.
Yeah, I could probably come up with a few, but what is it?
Quartermaster,
Oh, yeah.
which by definition
that sounds.
is military officer responsible for providing quarters, rations, clothing, and other supplies.
So what's M? Like master?
Master,
Yeah, it's-
master.
Yeah, it's something like that. I didn't write that one down. Sorry.
I mean,
It's,
yeah,
yeah.
we can come up with.
Master
Yeah,
commander.
master sounds. Yeah,
You want
master
me to
sounds
do it?
right, huh? I mean, we don't need a whole lot of. Get a little Google search on that one. I mean,
Oh, it didn't even start typing. Come on.
what do you think M stands for? That is like, not what M stands for.
Maverick.
Maverick, yeah.
Like it's just the code name rather than the job title.
Yeah. It sounds like
Mitochondria, because it's the powerhouse of the.
There we go. Nice. Mitochondria. I don't think Q stands for quartermaster. I think that's a bullshit fact.
Oh, that's what they said in the special features.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
It's a
think
real life thing. Actually, in the scene where like
a
he
real
was,
life thing.
Yeah. Well, like
I mean, I don't
in
know
our
about
real
real
life,
life.
like
I
I
see.
saw
Okay.
the evidence of it.
I see.
But
Okay.
like as he was like coming down into like where they had like all the old relics and stuff,
Uh-huh.
the old bond tools and stuff, he referred to Q as quartermaster.
Oh. I thought
It's
it
a
was
quick
like-
thing after he says like, "Oh, it's shooting range any day, quartermaster."
I
Like,
thought
it's
he had
very
like
quick.
quartermaster on his door. You know, it's like it says quartermaster, and he just like scribbled out like ordermaster,
Mm.
and then just had the Q, and that's why everyone was like, "Well, we don't really know what that stands for." So
All right, this is
'cause you're
getting
kind of
stupid.
irrelevant.
Like I typed in the simple question. I don't know why we wouldn't just have it. So if they're gonna be dicks about it,
We can move on.
we'll just move on.
we're gonna go with master. I like
Master!
That.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mormon.
Sure, Mormon. Yep.
Or mitochondria.
All good. Yeah. All definitely good. Because Mormonism is the true religion. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and then master is just
Master.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do the master again.
Master!
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Bad summary for this movie. I
Ooh.
only had one. Do you have any off the top of your head here?
Let Harley
Oh,
go
man.
first, because no.
He sounds
I knew this was coming.
Like he's excited too.
I knew this was coming, but I still somehow wasn't
Do
ready
you
for
want
it.
to hear mine first?
Yeah. Because I think I got half of mine.
Okay. I said Korean man has successful plastic surgery before he meets his demise.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I'll kind of go on the go here. So, a British man does a world tour. Damn it. British man does a world tour. It's something about. Okay, yeah. British man does a world tour and ends up just icing his balls. That's not very good, but anyway, fuck, that's all I got.
Despite all odds, Korean space program going well.
There we go. Yes, I like that. There we
Nice.
go. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. He does. I mean, he goes around the world, man. Like this. This is the first Bond movie where it was like,
James Bond World Tour 20th anniversary.
yeah, really. It's like Space Jam. It's like holy shit.
Yeah. Box score. We got well, I mean, we counted together because I kind of forgot. So deaths 30. We counted 33, give or take. You know, so we could be wrong. Very open to being wrong there.
There could be plus or minus 80 other people
Sure.
on that plane we were unable to account for.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on that plane actually.
Yeah. Explosions. We lost count at 15. Just kind of got wrapped up in the movie.
That plane
It
blew
happens.
up single-handedly about 100 times. So
It did.
Plus,
Yeah.
they were harnessing the power of the sun, so I'm thinking we definitely missed a few.
the sun counts as an explosion, doesn't it?
Yes,
or
it does.
or Icarus counts as
Every
an explosion.
shot that the sun's in, you're like, there's one explosion. There's one explosion right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's fair.
Bangs, implied or briefly shown.
Bangs, like you mean like in frontal
Banging.
bangs or banging? Oh, I mean, yeah. How many bangs did he get? He was, I mean, definitely. He only dropped the. It was only Captain Frost and Halle Berry, right?
Right.
I mean, that was it, right? There was
Yeah.
not much more banging than that.
So I guess 3 total because Halle Berry twice and then
Ding ding ding.
Frosty.
Oh, that
Got it.
okay, all right.
Because he got Jinx twice.
Oh, well, I
and
mean, I thought it was
Frost
more
once.
like how many humans did he have sex with in one movie?
Okay, then 2.
Okay, well, yeah.
I mean, and probably 3 because he probably had sex with himself a couple times.
Yeah, he probably
Probably.
masturbated a couple of times when he was in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to count if Q hadn't interrupted Moneypenny at the end that would have
Having
been
sex
another
with
one?
herself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 4.
This was a very horny. This was
Very.
This was the horniest.
It's early
James Bond has
2000s,
been.
man. No nudity, but a lot of horn.
A lot of horn.
Indeed, lot of female back.
Yeah.
That's the featured part in Bond movies is just like, oh, look at that back.
And
She's got excellent skin.
but damn, do they do it well?
They do it well. Ridiculous Bond girl names. We only had one, and her name was. Do you remember?
Oh, it was
Verity.
Like, no, it was like.
Well, I didn't count Verity.
Okay.
Because it was less.
That name's weird,
It was
but-
like I count like the ones that are like going to be innuendo names or
Oh,
just
I see,
like.
the
But like hers was so ridiculous. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember like 2 other words.
Yeah. Okay. Peaceful Fountains of Desire.
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, how is your name a fucking 4-word sentence?
It's a
But-
tagline.
It was
Is
very
what
nice.
it is.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
It was peaceful.
He didn't get off with her. I really thought they were about to, make. But every movie, there's the first whore.
The first girl
The
that
first girl
you're
that
like,
comes in
Oh,
is
here
like,
we go.
yeah,
And then
You
It's
always
always-
get the you can look but you can't touch gal.
Yeah, because they make it too easy. They're like, "Hey, I'm here to suck your dick," and he's like, "You've got a gun on you, don't you?"
It's like-
Yeah, you do.
Is that a gun in your pocket or you? Oh, that's a gun in your pocket. Okay.
This is Hong Kong. I know there's lady boys.
No.
Pulls down and goes down and grabs the gun, and it's my dick.
My dick.
All right, since I'm down here. All right.
James goes gay.
All right. You want to hit Bondisms?
Yeah, let's hit some Bondisms.
Should I just go like rapid fire?
Yeah, rapid fire.
No context, just Bondisms?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a bit of a minefield out there. Don't blow it all at once. Saved by the Bell. I'm checking out. Thanks for the kiss of life. Been busy, have we, Mr. Bond? Just surviving, Mr. Chang. Just surviving. Wow. Now there's a mouthful. Kind of reverse Bondism. You know how to handle your weapon. I have been known to keep my tip up. Can you help me? It seems I've come undone. Why not?
Okay.
With a K. No thanks. I don't like cockfights. Q-isms. I'll have you know this is where some of our most cutting-edge technology is developed. Point taken. So where is this cutting-edge stuff? Should be able to shoot through that in a couple of hours. Only took a couple seconds, Q. Wish I could make you vanish. My name is Mr. Kill. A name to die for. Vodka martini, plenty of ice, if you can spare it. I take it Mr. Bond is explaining his Big Bang Theory to you. I think I got the thrust of it. James, I'm going to be half the girl I used to be. The lasers. So the girl doesn't like to be tied down. So you live to die another day. They said it. You know, I've missed your sparkling personality. How's that for a punchline? He punches him in the stomach. Global warming, it's a terrible thing. You know, they're harnessing the power of the sun. I can read your every move. Read this, bitch. Time to face destiny. Time to face gravity. Looks like I broke her heart. Now, you said something about going down together.
The last, real quick, sorry, I'm going to cut off the Bondisms here, but the last, okay, well, the whole last scene is just a constant Bondism. She's like, stick it in. He's like, it's already in. And she's like, I don't feel it. He's like, it's in. And she's like, are you sure? And he's like, you mean this diamond? It's like, what the fuck is this?
I don't feel anything. I am not fulfilled.
Yeah.
You are a bad lover, James. Oh, wait, no, we're talking about diamonds.
Yeah,
That's
we're
right,
talking
diamonds.
about rocks right now.
Diamonds, that's what we're... Yeah, diamonds.
Yeah.
You can put the diamonds in me.
Put the diamond back.
Yeah. No, some pretty decent Bondisms in there. Some of them felt a little dry, but I felt like we had more in this one than we've probably had in like at least the past one or two.
They were pleasant. They were pleasant.
This was definitely the most Bondisms in a Brosnan.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they were a little light in the past couple.
Yeah. Well,
the
overall,
Dalton
I mean,
ones blew.
Yeah.
And that's just in a general sense. They blew.
Which one?
The Dalton
movies.
Yeah, the two of them.
Yeah. I don't remember them.
Sorry, I just wanted to let that marinate. Those movies were bad. I just wanted everybody to really sit in that for a second. Those were bad.
Never forget. I'll have a banner or something.
Timothy Dalton's the worst. No, it's still Lazenby. It's still Lazenby. And then Dalton.
I had one shot and fucked it up.
Best Bond, favorite Bond so far. Who is it?
I'm still anchored to Roger Moore. That first Roger Moore movie is still I think my favorite right now. So
I'll be honest with you, I literally can't remember. They all blur together. In
Connery, Moore,
I'll tell
Dalton,
you, favorite
Brosnan,
Bond, favorite
Lazenby.
Bond, favorite Bond is Sean Connery. Still,
you know, I mean,
that voice, the voice is so iconic. That's really what it is. Just how he acts, not how Sean Connery acts, but how James Bond, how the Sean Connery's James Bond acts in those movies is fucking gold. It's
how
hilarious.
we interpret Sean Connery as James Bond.
Yeah. For king and country. You know, it's like, it's just, to me, it's iconic. That's what I think of James Bond as.
Well, and that's what I was struggling with because I was like, who is my favorite Bond, like up to this point? And I was like, I mean, I like a lot that when Roger Moore came in, the movies started to take a turn for the better because they weren't great in the Connery days, you know? But they're still just fun because it's like, what's going on here? You know? But, like, just like the fond memories of Connery just, like, doing nothing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, Sean, you got the bad guy. You fucked 6 women.
Yeah, just
it was
playing
cool.
the
It
idol
was
with
just
it.
great. You're fucking drunk half the time.
Human.
You won't stop smoking.
It was like a superhero, dude.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Like,
I'm pretty sure smoking was never in the script for Sean Connery.
No,
He
was
just
did it.
smoking.
did
You
it
know?
anyways.
It might be fucking Connery for me. I don't know. It was more for me for a long time.
Who'd you say? You said Roger Moore?
I said Roger Moore, yeah.
I mean, he's probably second.
Yeah.
Definitely
He
second.
did the
Like I said,
most
it-
movies.
Yeah.
7.
And, you know, for me, that's what I came in on. I didn't have much of the Sean Connery era,
Yeah.
you know, prior to starting in on Roger Moore era. So I probably just got a sweet spot for him. And that first movie
little
also just
sweet
being
spot for him.
Dynamite.
Live and Let Die is awesome. And, you know, we were pretty hard on Man with the Golden Gun, you know, right after Live and Let Die. But there was a drop off there.
Yeah.
You know, but like having gone back and watched Man with the Golden Gun kind of recently, I was like, okay, this actually wasn't that bad a movie. It was just the, you know, recency bias.
Yeah, you get that
comparing it to
comparison.
Live and Let Die, and it was, you know. So I feel like a dick because we kind of tore that one apart a little bit. So
That's fine.
as I feel like a dick on most of the ones because we kind of tore most of them apart.
Yeah.
But
you know, that's kind of the par for the course, man. You know, these fucking movies, they suck. So, anyway. This movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. There was... I don't know what I think of the story. Because I mean, if this is North Korea, then like, was that general guy supposed to be like Kim Jong Un?
No, I think
You know
they got
what I
generals
mean?
probably. You know, like,
They got generals.
yeah, I think so.
That
yeah.
just like run the country, kind of,
Did he run the country?
or like
That was
the kind of the militaries, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure
just
there's some
runs
head
the-
of
yeah,
like
military,
divisions and
you know,
shit.
kind of thing.
But
so.
isn't the whole thing with North Korea like you got to run everything by, you know?
Well, he probably reports.
I don't know
he
if you
probably
know
reports
about-
to the head honcho. You know.
Yeah, I feel like it's how
Kim
most
Jong-un.
government systems are. Is they still have their figurehead they run shit by. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that would have been like Kim Jong Il or whatever. Who was it in 2002? Was that Kim Jong Un?
Yeah, either that or
Kim
yeah.
Jong-il.
Wait, okay, the guy right now is Kim Jong Un, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When did he
Jong-il.
come into? Hey Siri, when did Kim Jong Un become the Lord Commander of North Korea?
Siri's gonna be like
2011.
okay. So then
Oh,
it would,
wow.
I
Okay,
guess
so
it would
that
have
was
been Kim Jong
Pretty,
Il.
I guess
in
not really. That
2002?
was 12 years ago, but
So probably
so yeah, it was
the
Kim Jong Il.
Kim Jong Il. Yeah. I don't know. Just seems interesting to me, and that this father son relationship would mean that much in North Korea, because I was pretty sure like just that one leader means everything in North
Mhm.
Korea, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got his poster everywhere. You got to think he's probably pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I didn't see one poster, when they
No.
were in Korea,
No, didn't see a poster.
like it fucking matters. Okay, so anyway, so right off the bat, we're in Korea. Bond's doing some. He's posing as some smuggler for diamonds or some
Naturally.
black market guy. And it's just like the first things. It's like, of course, Bond can surf.
Cool.
Bond can
That-
do
yeah,
everything.
It's like
Except he doesn't know diamonds that well until probably this movie.
probably this movie. They
Yeah.
don't really mention it this movie.
He read a book.
That was the only thing Connery ever admitted he didn't know. He was like, I don't know diamonds that well.
Did he? Did he?
Yeah,
he
and
admitted
diamonds
that?
are forever. Yeah.
Oh,
'cause
did
he
he?
was
Okay.
like- he was like, well, diamonds aren't my expertise. And then M was like excited. He's like, finally, this fucking know-it-all. Shut up.
Yeah, he's pulling out a fucking book full of butterflies. Like, that's a stickliomish. It's like,
Yeah.
you motherfucker. How do you know that?
That was Lazenby. To be fair.
Oh, that was Lazenby?
That was the butterfly expert. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
of
pretty
course
fun.
you're a butterfly expert,
Right.
Lazenby.
So yeah, he's fucking surfing.
He's
surfing. He's fucking smuggling.
He's smuggling. They got the little Lao. Which one is it? A Z or an L? I don't remember.
I think it was a
it's
Z.
not that it
Korean
matters.
actor
Is
one.
it Zal? Yeah. Diamond Face,
Yeah,
as
Diamond
he will
Face.
soon be known as.
Let's just call him Diamond Face.
You know what? That's kind of cooler.
Yeah, it is a little cooler. Yeah, like the main villain of just some. That's like a super villain. Fucking
It
Diamond
is, yeah,
Face.
Diamond Face.
I'm
That is
Diamond
cool.
Face.
Kind of looks like the Thing, but
It's
with
like
diamonds.
It's like a Batman villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking of Two-Face though, probably. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
think of the Thing, but with diamonds.
Oh, man, that sounds like one of those like Marvel spin-off movies, where they're like enter the multiverse type
The
of
diamond
shit. You know what I mean?
thing.
It's like
Yeah.
let's make the Hulk rule the world. That's actually a real storyline. Anyway, let's not get off fucking topic here. What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
So Bond can surf, and then he gets busted, and then chaos ensues,
Mhm,
and then
naturally,
he just like commandeers a hovercraft, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this."
yeah.
Drives
Number
a
one.
hovercraft.
Hovercrafts are a thing.
Hovercrafts are a thing,
In
even in 2002.
I was about to say 2001, 2002.
Yeah, it
so.
seems like a late Cold War type of weapon, or
Yeah.
mode of transportation, I guess.
I guess I just didn't know that was normal.
What do you mean?
If you asked me before having watched this movie, like, hey, are hovercrafts a thing? I was in my hovercraft. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, you fucking asshole.
I don't think. I mean,
you weren't driving a hovercraft
it doesn't
yesterday.
really count. We call it a hovercraft, but it's just like a fucking an inflatable fucking tube thing. It's definitely real. I remember being a kid. And being like, "Oh, those are cool."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, they're definitely a thing. And I remember them being called hovercrafts. But I do also remember being a kid and being like, "That's not a fucking hovercraft."
I mean, it was just hovering. It wasn't setting the landmines off.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. I don't think. Does it work like that?
Which part, the
'cause,
landmines or the hovercraft?
Well, the hovercraft
Either.
works. The hovercraft works. I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not a fucking scientist, guy.
They were talking about it, like the features and shit, and they were like, it's actually pretty hard to get a hovercraft stunt driver. It's like, yeah, no shit.
It's like only like 12 people in the world got a
Even
license
know
to
about 'em?
drive a
Yeah.
hovercraft.
And then even those guys are like, well, I'm not comfortable doing stunts in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it's
gonna
like-
take away my license.
They should have went to.
This is my living.
They should have went to like Louisiana. They would have found some dude in the swamp that's like, man, I'll fucking rip one of them motherfuckers
I
around.
got the fastest hovercraft in the bayou.
Yeah, fastest hovercraft in the bayou.
What was it, Billy Bob or
Billy
whatever?
Bob?
Yeah, Billy Bob. He got the fastest hovercraft in all Louisiana.
Yeah, but Billy Bob's dead.
Yeah, R.I.P. Billy Bob.
J.W. Peppers.
J.W. Pepper's alive and well and traveling the world.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good for him. I hope he enjoys retirement.
Also, just a great intro to a villain. Our intro to our main villain in this movie was just he's like beating the shit out of what looks like a punching bag, and then there's a dude in it,
Very cool.
and it was his anger therapist. So I thought that was funny.
Very 2002. We're just starting to figure out like how the brain works a little bit. You know, we're like, let's do a little therapy. No, let's beat the shit out of that guy.
The silliest part about it, though, is that somebody bothered to be like, yeah, let's get him a therapist. And then he had to have engaged him at some point and be like, I'm going to kick the shit out of him, I think. Let's let's throw him in a bag.
Oh, that was his statement to me. He was like, "I'll teach you to lecture me.
Yeah.
Give me a new anger therapist."
And that's the thing, is like, I need help, but not that kind.
Not that guy.
I'm not willing to take criticism.
I need more of a yes man.
Yeah.
I gotta make this phone call real quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's cool.
Shoot, I'll be back.
Should we pause it?
No, I mean you can go.
I don't want to talk about the song without you.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. You want to fill the time?
Yeah, we can do a tasteful cut in this anyway, so, you know,
Yeah,
as long
that's
as we have some dialogue piece that flips us back to the other side of the camera.
Yeah. So what do you want to say?
Did you get to watch Last of Us?
Not yet. I wanted to play the game a little bit before I did it.
That's fair. As long as you get probably an hour or two into the game, you'll at least have that first episode covered. But that first episode's like an hour and 20 minutes. They did an extended thing. Most episodes should be 50 minutes, but episode 1 was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, you'll actually see a lot, especially if that's like kind of fresh on your brain. Kind of that intro, especially like before the time skip. There'll be a little bit of a time skip. But like scenes from prior to that time skip that we'll see in the TV show are framed like almost exactly the same. Like, you know, camera angles, like where people are looking, like you can almost put them on top of each other and it'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
I appreciate stuff like that quite a bit when it's like, you know, when you do like a live interpretation of it and it can like almost exactly mirror like what the original media was.
It's like what it should be.
Yeah.
You know, that's what kind of gets me with... I mean, sometimes you take artistic liberties and whatever. You know, I mean, that's just part of making a show.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, some things wouldn't flow as well. Like, I mean, because, like, a lot of people get mad about how The Walking Dead was. Like, when people change shit from the when they change shit from the comics.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were really into the comics. I never read them personally, but... I don't know. I mean, I think sometimes it's necessary, but, I mean, if... Like, I know a lot of people... I mean, anyone I talked to that played Halo, that watched that Halo show, was not really that much of a fan.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, well, I mean, continuity issues, I get. I mean, things that didn't line up from the game and the show.
And I think
something
some
like
of
that.
that's really got to come from either the people producing the show and setting that expectation. Like, before you even, like, do your trailer, your anything, like, set that expectation of, this is going to be a reinterpretation of the story for a TV audience. This is not going to be Halo, the games you played, the comic books you've read, the books you've read in a TV show. This is going to be our interpretation of the Halo series for a TV audience. And I feel like setting that expectation should be done prior to really releasing any of that material so the audience knows I'm essentially watching a multiverse spin-off rather than, you know, what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Talking about Halo now?
Well, just like the general of like when you do like a movie, a TV adaptation of like a comic book, a video game,
Sure.
anything along that type of media, and how there's usually reinterpretations, rewriting of stories, that kind of thing.
No.
Yep. All right.
All right.
So
So
the
excuse
song.
me. I'm sorry
that's
about
good.
that. Excuse me.
It
I'm
happens.
back.
So the song, what did you think of the song?
What did you think of the song, Jason?
It didn't seem like it fit to me personally.
I felt that way as well.
It was very poppy and lighty, and it didn't really have like any like thematic or emotional impact, kind of what we had seen so far.
I feel like usually they do a good job of connecting it to
A
the
little
movie.
bit, but like everything just felt like it was like this techno, like kind of like higher, pitch, just nonsense. And I mean, the song itself, I don't necessarily have an issue with, just its placement as our opening theme here.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I mean, as a song itself, whatever.
It reminded me of like the video games a little bit. It felt like a video game.
Yeah.
Which I liked. I liked that. Plus, you see him getting the shit beat out of him in the background. It's like, all right, it makes it a little bit nicer.
A little background torture sequence, no big deal.
That's cool. That's cool.
I kind of like this.
Is this our first time seeing Bond get tortured? I feel like it was the first time we've seen him get tortured.
Pretty much.
Which is kind of, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's a big torture scene coming up in Casino Royale, so you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
You're scratching my balls. Anyway, that's a quote
I wouldn't
from that.
scratch your balls.
No, I mean I'm saying that's the quote from Casino Royale.
I see.
Just as a little preview. So, anyway, so supposedly, Bond, they make a trade for him. They trade Diamond Face for him in Korea. And there's 2 parts of my DVD, by the way, that cut out because it's a secondhand DVD. So, if we miss anything, just blame it on my Skippy DVD. Just FYI. So anyway, Bond is back at MI6 Hong Kong branch, I guess.
Hong Kong.
They got branches everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, worldwide exports, right? Or universal exports,
Yep.
excuse me.
Just wait until the multiverse movie.
Yeah. Multiverse
exports.
Multiverse exports, yeah, okay. But yeah, so Bond is locked in this room, and supposedly it was written in that these flashbacks of torture as he's calming down and lowering his heart rate to nothing. He supposedly used that while he was being tortured to survive the torturing, which I'm not sure how that helps you really.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like I'm going to make myself pass out kind of thing because my heart rate is so low, or if that somehow makes pain not travel to my brain quite as much kind of thing. But
or if they just go like, why beat a dead horse?
Yeah. Like, oh, he's already out of it. Why would we do more?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to stay calm, right? You want
Yeah.
to stay calm so you can survive, but
I gotta
that's
say,
really low. If they're running in with the defibrillators and smacking you with that, you're dead.
Yeah,
They said cardiac arrest.
He killed himself.
yeah,
R.I.P. This is that's ridiculous.
get help.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I think it's number one. I think it is kind of impressive given all of the sequences of him getting the shit beat out of him that he's in as decent of a shape as he is. By the time he is like, all right, you're good to go. We're gonna trade you.
Yeah.
Like, because he looked pretty fine outside of being grizzled. Obviously, he hadn't lost much weight or anything.
Yeah, well fed apparently.
I'd say
So.
he gained weight.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have time to, you're just getting tortured and then sleeping all the time, right?
What do you think he's eating in
and
a
then
North
you just-
Korean torture chamber?
bread.
They're just
Bread?
fattening him up.
Probably
You know what?
rice.
Well, that's part of the torture, right? Is Bond's like, well, I'd like to stay in shape, and they're like, carbs only.
Cobb.
And then he can't do any running or anything because
Damn.
it's like, nope, you're eating bread, and then we're putting your head in the fucking ice water again,
He's
and
probably
then
so
we're gonna
bloated.
beat
That's
you.
probably why
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
bloated.
he's so
Yeah.
bloated from all those carbs.
That's
Just
a lot of-
carbs and water. He's retaining all.
You
and
know
they
what?
Throw a bunch of salt on the bread, and then
Oh.
he retains the water.
You know what? That's the long
Just
con,
make
though.
him
If
thirstier.
if they had spent all 14 months just fattening James up, he would have been useless. Even if they made the trade, that would have been the permanent damage necessary to get James out of the business.
Exactly.
That's the perfect way. I mean, that's a perfect torture right there. Actually,
Yeah.
You figured it out.
I mean, think about how much weight you could gain across 14 months.
It's rough.
That was undervalued torture method.
So he uses that this newfound skill from Korean prison to lower his heart rate to nothing, and then the guys come in to defibrillate him, or whatever. Is that correct thing?
Defibrillate,
A correct
yeah.
thing to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And he grabs the defibrillators and shocks them with it, And then, of course, the nurse is just like so enamored with James Bond. And he just goes, I'm checking out. Thanks for the kiss of life.
Mwah.
And she just looks at him with desire. You know, it's like,
Very
okay.
desirable.
She's like,
Cool.
take me on this bed in front of my colleagues.
Yeah. Take me with your hairy nipples, Pierce.
Yeah.
I mean, James.
Very hairy man.
Looks like a monkey.
Yes.
Very hairy man.
You are hairy like animal.
Yeah.
Damn. I gotta take this call, man.
Okay.
Dang.
That's cool. So, hairy like animal. And, fuck, where were we exactly? Okay, so the torture.
Torture. He defibrillated our people. He said the Bondism line.
Yeah, he jumps in the water. Goes, swims.
Swam
to the
seemingly a long way, but whatever.
Looked pretty far, yeah. Apparently there's a seaside Hong Kong hotel that he's a regular at.
And was able to be identified from the rear in his pajamas and...
Oh, what I was going to say. I remember what I was going to say before he said he had to take a phone call. Pierce did not grow his hair out for that.
Oh, was that actually a wig?
It was a wig, yeah.
Huh. It looked kind of natural on him.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, they did a good job.
Yeah,
So, anyway.
that's fun.
Not that mattered. I just brought the whole thing down, actually.
No, you're good.
We should just... No. So, yeah, there's a two-way mirror. This is where we meet Peaceful Fountains of Desire.
God.
Which, we've been taking a little slow on some of the Bond names recently, I feel. What was the last one in Tomorrow Never Dies? Excuse me, I just realized I fucked up the which one he worked with the Chinese intelligence girl in. That was In the World Is Not Enough. Tomorrow Never Dies. He's with there's a girl with another dirty name. But anyway, I just realized I messed that up, so I felt I had to say that.
You're good.
Anyway.
Well, we'll put an asterisk in. That'll be corrected later.
Anyhow, so there's a two-way mirror. He meets Peaceful Fountains of Desire. She goes, hey, get on the bed, face down, ass up. I'm gonna give you a massage.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't say ass up. And then he frisks her, basically. She's got a gun on
He
her.
sexually assaults this
A
woman.
little bit, but only to find the gun.
Sure. I don't know. He was kissing up her neck and stuff, so.
Yeah.
The dick gun?
Yeah. So grabs the gun, throws an ashtray into the mirror. I would have just loved if there didn't end up being a two-way mirror. Like there's nobody on the other side. It's
Better yet, there's like two mirrors and they're only behind one of them, so they hear it shattering and then they all kind of like flinch and like look at each other real quick. Like, is he gonna break this one too? Oh fuck. Be quiet.
Or if it's just a mirror going into the next room.
Oh yeah.
Like they're both mirrors in just the other side of the hotel rooms, and then
You just see like the head
You
like
just-
tilt over. And
yeah, somebody's just trying to like eat dinner. Like, hi. Anyway, so he gets apparently the hotel owner's Chinese intelligence.
Everybody's somebody.
Everyone's someone in these movies.
These people must have the most chaotic day jobs.
Yeah. So, then the destination is apparently Havana, on some island where Diamond Face is gonna get plastic surgery and be a white guy just like his buddy that fell over the cliff.
Yep.
So
That's the dream.
every Asian wants to be a white guy.
I was just saying, yeah. We'll use yours.
You didn't redact it at all. You're just like, I was just, yeah. And now we're in Havana because we have to have a destination, right?
Yeah.
Which was also shot in Spain. So there's that. Then he meets our main gal of the movie, Jinx, Halle Berry. Looking good.
Damn.
And they... lot of awkward sexual tension immediately.
Yeah.
And
They very much both wanted each other, but they were very like high school awkward flirting at each other with it.
yeah. I just watch birds. And he's like, I'm fuck. What's that word? Ornithologist? Ornithologist. There it is.
Ornithologist.
Ornithologist. And then she looks down and she goes, wow, that's a mouthful. It's like, wow, okay.
Really on the nose there.
Getting right to it, huh? And then they're doing it. And
Almost instantly.
almost, yeah.
They
It's
probably
dark.
didn't even make it back inside before they started.
It's dark. There's a lot of sweat. And then he's like, missing the touch of a good woman. And she pulls out a knife and she's like, who said I'm good? And she cuts up a piece of fruit. I'm like, where
Where did this knife come from? Where did this fruit come from?
A lot of problems with that one.
Yeah.
And then he takes the knife, and we don't really see what he does with it. I don't know if he just like
Tosses it away, but
they eat the fruit, and they don't. It doesn't bother him. They just go right back to banging.
yeah. He's like, I like a dangerous girl.
Yeah. Damn James.
Well, you got to think he hasn't got his nut in 14 months.
Look, yeah, and James Bond is not the masturbating type because I don't masturbate.
No.
I am made to come. So anyhow, he finds Diamond Face. Turns out Jinx is a spy too, and they're both after Diamond Face. But James finds him first. Did I count the doctor in the death count? Yes, I did.
You did.
Okay. Yeah, we probably missed a couple on the death count though, honestly. But goes in there, he finds Diamond Face, and for whatever reason, squeezing that IV bag. Is that a thing? You squeeze the IV bag and
Just an
dudes wake up in
immediate like
pain?
reaction
Oh!
of oh no. It's like his balls were in that bag somehow, and he was just squeezing. I'm like, oh yes.
I mean, because is it like if you squeeze it, like it's getting pumped in the veins faster? Like, is that a thing?
Well, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Is it's if you're squeezing it, that pressure, you're taking up the air in there, which means it's going to be sending whatever fluids through his body, and most likely that's either helping him or numbing the pain. So I don't really understand why this was hurting him or being uncomfortable in any kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but
yeah,
I don't know hospitals or doctors or IVs.
we're not medical professionals.
Nope.
I watched a couple episodes of House though. So,
Good. You're qualified to be on the podcast.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's the only qualification I've ever looked for.
it's convenient. So yeah, they have a little fight, and this is me. If you're gonna be a dick about it, right? He snagged this little bullet off of Diamond Face's chest. It's got a little necklace on with a bullet, and then the bullet opens up. There's diamonds in it. I guess that thing wasn't metal because they turn on the MRI machine.
Yeah,
and,
everything metal flew over to it.
which is how he got the gun out of Diamond Face's hand.
And you know what? Honestly, like with as lightweight as it was, they could have at least made it like float over to the side or something, even
Yeah.
if it didn't like choke him and make him fall over or something.
Well, I mean, because James had it.
yeah,
So I'm just saying, like, it would have, like, I think James wouldn't have it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
You know
so
what
it
I
would
mean?
just flown off altogether.
Yeah. Anyway, unless James is really strong.
Well, he's
He's so strong.
from all those carbs.
A lot of stored energy.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, and the other thing with him being strong, he goes in the one dude's room who's kind of being an asshole at the bar the previous day because he needed an excuse to get on the island into the hospital or whatever. Just knocks on the dude's door. He's like, I don't need a wheelchair. One punch, and this dude is out for the length of time that it takes to wheel the guy out of the hotel, take a ferry ride over to the other island, wheel him out, wheel him into a hospital, and then push him into a wall in front of a bunch of nurses so that they all crowd.
Yep.
So that's one hell of a punch.
And I'm going to safely say it. That man is dead. I do not think he is passed out. I think James one-hit wondered this guy.
Apparently.
And he was carting around a dead body this whole time.
Maybe it was a poison dart in between the knuckles type thing. Who knows? But anyway. apparently James is really strong.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, and then after that, there's, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of notes up until we get to him going to that secret underground MI6 base with the Q branch down there.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, just to fill in the blank, you know, and if you have any comments as I fill in the blank here, you know, he goes back to London, and, you know, Gustav Graves is there, and he's this big diamond guy and businessman, and
We all care very much.
yeah, all this other shit, right? But he's like, oh, he's got conflict diamonds that he's saying are not conflict diamonds, and so, you know, and then he walks in there and he's like, conflict diamonds, and then guy's like, well, let's sword fight.
And they have a big dick fest.
Big dick fest. James wins, of course,
Naturally.
and then he gets a notice from, you know, that one guy, and all of a sudden he's meeting up with them and Q. And Q, so this is kind of cool. So, and they were saying in the special features how they wanted to have a lot of the stuff from the older Bond movies, the gadgets and whatnot. So we had the shoe from I think her name was Colonel Klebb from Russia with Love. You know, it was a knife with like a, you know, poison on it, and so you get kicked, and it's like, ow, it's a knife, but then also you're poisoned and you die.
Right.
And then James' briefcase from that movie that had like a little knife popping out the side.
Everyone's
Also
very
cool.
armed in that one.
And I believe on some of the shelves in the back, there's only like one angle I feel like you see it, but I think it's the thing called a Lecter. Laser. Lecter. I believe it's that Lecter that's on a shelf back there. So those three things from Russia with Love. We see the alligator, like the fake alligator from Octopussy, as well as the little plane he flew, and the little rope that was supposed to stand up for Q.
Yeah.
And that's when Bond said, you know, having trouble keeping it up, Q.
Classic James.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cool shit stuffed in there.
And the jetpack from Thunderball, and the cello from The Living Daylights.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how much of that stuff they had like in a storage closet somewhere, and how much it was like a, hey, I know you have this, can you bring it in so we can shoot this scene kind of thing.
yeah.
I have to imagine some of that shit just left with somebody. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else would we really wanted to have seen? I mean,
that's the thing. I mean, most like gadget stuff is pretty disposable,
Yeah.
or it's like in the car.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's like, you know, a watch or a ring, or, you know, something small like that, like an accessory. So
Yeah.
they've probably got, you know, kind of the major things that can be on display and would be noticeable in just like a scene shooting around the room.
Oh, excuse me. It is getting late. Can't stop yawning. Yeah, so that was a cool scene. And we're introduced to the Aston Martin Vanquish that also, you know, has invisible capabilities.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool, and that car is just fucking awesome. And you know, so he's off to Iceland.
Because why not?
Because why not? And the Ice Hotel is probably, like, visually my favorite setting from a Bond movie. You know, I know he goes to other countries, and we're on beaches, and we see these views of the water and the buildings, but, like,
Just the idea of this big ass building made out of ice,
yeah,
you know, just this like crafted thing, and just like all the scenes within it, it just looks fucking cool. And number one, it does look very like this is like a villain pad a little bit. You know what I mean? Just the idea of I've got this bougie ass place out in the middle of the ice. You know, that just screams I'm a bad guy kind of thing. But just the aesthetic, everything's just like this cool blue made out of ice. There's like, you know, smoke and steam, you know, coming off of everything. It's just a dynamite aesthetic.
Yeah, well, and, like, that kind of goes back to, I think it was Spy Who Loved Me, which I think you missed, but, like, just that concept of, you know, there's got to be, like, the supervillain contractor, you know, that's just like, okay, so I'm going to need You know, and like this guy just always gets the most ridiculous fucking requests, and he's just like, out of ice. Like,
Well, yeah, it's exactly that, but it's like the final request too. So it's like I need this, this, and this, and all these things, and I need the whole thing to be made out of ice.
Yeah.
And the contractor's like writing things down. He just stops and he's like, "The fuck do you mean made out of ice?"
yeah. Like all professionalism just went out the window, and he's like, "You fucking serious?" Yeah.
He's like, "There's ice everywhere. What's the problem? You've got your materials."
Yeah. Yeah. Them talking about in the special features how it was made, how they did the set was pretty cool too, because they kind of built like a steel structure. Apparently, there's a Albert R. Broccoli 007 soundstage. And you know, and so that itself is kind of cool. Like, so apparently they've done a bunch of this Bond shit there.
Sure.
But apparently they make this thing with like steel and everything inside, and then all these walls that they kind of painted like a sugar glass on there, and then it hardens, and then they're going around and they're like waxing everything. So
It gives it that like shiny texture and everything, makes it look like it's
yeah. So the fucking hours that went into that, I can't imagine.
yeah.
So yeah, that shit pretty sweet. And then, you know, James kind of, you know, fucks about for a little while around the ice hotel.
There's always got to be like a dedicated amount of just James is doing James stuff for a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go to the party, get a couple Bondisms in, a couple innuendos, might bag a gal, maybe two. You know, I'm gonna investigate something. I'm gonna snoop around a little bit, you know. And of course, he's got the invisible car, so he's like, I don't even know what the significance of him pulling the car up to that that place next door was.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what are you gonna?
What does that help us here?
Yeah, because then he's just like sneaking up and looking out the windows anyway. It's like your room's just in the next building. You don't need to drive. Are you gonna drive 4 feet to the next building?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I don't know why he was doing that, but
Also extremely lucky that it is just all ice and no snow involved. So there's no tracks of his car very clearly being invisible and driving around. But
well, that's what I was saying. I was like, so you're telling me that this car is fucking following them?
and like within like 4-6 feet, you know, like pretty
Yeah.
shortly behind these guys.
And you know, this may be me just thinking about the Everything or Nothing video game, but they call it a fucking V12 Vanquish. I mean, you know how loud a V8 is. A V12, I gotta imagine, is pretty fucking loud.
You're gonna hear that coming from a while.
It's a big rumble.
Yeah.
You know, it's just right behind you, and you just keep looking back like, okay.
Must be a polar bear. I don't know.
Yeah, like what the... I don't know. As if you can't see tire tracks. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Just a lot there. Multiple times with that shit. And, you know, Jinx is in there. She's doing spy shit as well. And, you know, she's getting threatened. And she's... Yeah, I mean, James luckily comes and saves the day a little bit. For once. And, you know, he gives the... And, of course, it's just fucking villains. You know, he's like, Diamond Face hands the henchman a gun, Mr. Kill.
Name to die for.
Name to die for. And the guy goes, I'll use the laser. Of course.
Why?
You know,
Why? See, we just never kill anybody.
Never.
We have to have the theatric involved. Even like the sub henchmen who have very few minutes of screen time. They're like, oh no, I want to use the laser torture device, and then I want to skin her, and then I want to wear her, and then I'll kill her. It's like, that's gonna take weeks, buddy. Like we've got like 45 minutes left of this movie.
Can you maybe just shoot her in the head?
Fine, just the laser? Okay, just the laser.
All right, just the laser. Yeah, it becomes a negotiation
Yeah.
all of a sudden. It's like, you work for me. Can you just... Okay.
It's
okay.
in the look at.
All
Do
right.
I need to bring out my contract? I'll bring it out again.
It says I can use the laser.
Says I can use the laser. Just saying.
You put it in there. I didn't. You did. I'm well within the rights of my contract. That's all I'm saying. And then, of course, you know, Bond gets in there, saves her. They kill Mr. Kill, and they need his handprint to get out, right?
Yeah.
So they just laser off his hand,
Yeah, no problem.
open the door, throw it aside into the bushes.
It just has like this the oddest like plopping sound of this thing just being discarded, and something about it just set me off. You know, just the hand cut off, you do the scan thing, toss it aside, and you just hear like
this anymore.
yeah, exactly. Just you discard it, you just hear like the boom of it hitting the ground, and I was just rolling.
Yeah.
It was funny.
So they do that. Of course, James is like, I got some unfinished business. And he goes back upstairs. That's when he says the title line.
Yeah.
I guess you live to die another day.
Oh.
I think my Brosnan's coming in. Brosnan's a hard one to nail down. Because he just kind of talks annoyed. I don't know.
We'd probably need to spend some time because
we can't all just be Sean Connery if we do that family
but
Bond sketches.
it's so easy to be Sean.
Although, what if we were just all Sean, and then it's like, well, I'm Roger Moore today.
I'm Roger Moore,
Oh,
Sean.
fuck. It's like, how are we going to keep that straight? Anyway.
Name tags.
Yeah, I guess we can video it, but, like, we're just sitting at a table. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
it's just one of those things, unless we want to, like, all get in suit. Like, I don't know. Anyway. This is not the time or the place. Anyhow. James gets up there. He figures out who betrayed him all along was Miranda Frost, who he just banged the previous night. She made him think that they're,
Yeah.
she's MI6 and yada, 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 yada.
And then she gave him the cold shoulder.
Yeah. The frosty shoulder.
The frosty shoulder.
Miranda Frost. That's bad. All right. So, of course, she's like, give us all the toys, I think is what she said. Direct quote? Or maybe something about just take all your gadgets off. And, he's taking his gadgets, taking the watch off. He coerces Diamond Face into punching him in the stomach. He's like, I've really missed your shining personality. Let's punch his stomach. He goes, how's that for a punchline? It's like, come on, buddy. You're not Bond.
Yeah. See, everyone thought they could get like their own one-liners in on this, but
Can't.
no, they don't meet the criteria.
No. So anyway, Bond's on the ground. That's exactly what he wanted. And uses his high-frequency ring, shatters the glass that they're standing on,
Yeah.
and that saves him. He gets out, and then some of the worst fucking special effects, CGI, or whatever, that I've ever seen. And then, the ironic part about the whole scene is the fact that he goes, Moon, who's Gustav now. So it's anyway, it's a whole thing. But, he still speaks Korean. And he's like, he says in Korean, kill them quietly! Or kill him quietly! So then they all just proceed to unload automatic weapons on him.
Sure. And if you've ever heard a gun being fired before, you're well aware that it is not quiet. And that I in my head I read that as kill him quickly, and I'm hoping that's what they meant and they just mistranslated it or whatever.
We just wrote it down wrong. So yeah, they unload automatic weapons on him, chase him, continue unloading automatic weapons, and then they use the space laser,
Icarus.
which I'm pretty sure you could see from a couple continents away, firing at James Bond.
Yeah, I mean, in all the scenes where they showed off this actual laser like coming down and hitting the Earth, it's a pretty wide fucking beam. So I mean, that's gonna be visible, number one, just from everybody, within a pretty wide radius. But like literally any like satellite, any like detection system that's probably within a billion miles.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty obvious. Number one, how the fuck did they even launch that thing? And everyone was just like, oh yeah, giant space laser. That's cool. I'm down.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever.
But
Governments are like, yeah. Oh, it could fry everything.
oh yeah, we got one of those. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. It's cool.
It's cool.
Just fine.
Bad shit.
So, and great thing about the space laser is that it's nice and quiet.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the worst CGI there, there's a big wave and he's surfing on it, and we won't go into it, but it's the worst part of the movie.
Yeah. It is funny, though, how much they were trying to glorify it in the special features. They were like, oh, yeah, all the CG for this movie took like a year to complete work on. And it's like, really? I mean, granted, early 2000 technology, but...
Yeah. You needed more time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I won't ever, get on movies about, having bad shit. Because, it is... I like the fact of, you're doing the best you can with what you have. I'm okay with that.
Sure.
But, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you can't just call it good for the sake of, well, I can't call it bad kind of thing.
Right.
It's not good CGI no matter what.
Yeah. So, and then he gets back to his car. Big car chase. Pretty sweet car chase.
Oh, yeah.
Utilizing all the weapons in the Aston Martin. Diamond Face had a Jaguar with pretty much the same amenities as
Same
the Aston
loadout,
Martin. Yeah.
But nice that we actually have a car chase that seems like it's, again, not just like a basic ass, I'm chasing you and we're making some turns and tires squealing kind of thing. Felt a little bit like a Mario Kart battle round kind of thing, where it's just we're trying to pop each other's balloons so we can win the round. But
and a new dynamic.
Yeah.
We're out on the ice. This is new territory a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, a couple of scenes of, they'll spin around, drive it in reverse, and, the presentation of it was pretty slick.
Yeah, and then the car flips, right? And then he flips it back over using his ejector
The ejector seat. Yeah, that was pretty slick.
It's pretty sweet. So, anyway. So he saves Jinx, who got locked in a room, and then the space laser is coming down on the ice palace. And the water's pouring in, and then she drowns for, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes, and is also freezing. So...
But she's fine because the laser kept the water warm.
Yeah,
So at least the hypothermia wasn't an issue. It was more of the brain damage from being...
no oxygen.
Drowned underwater for several minutes.
But she's just fine because the cure for drowning and hypothermia is James Bond... dipping you in a hot spring and giving you a couple puffs of air and just kind of rubbing your tits oddly real quick.
Yeah.
And rubbing your hair a lot. So she's just fine.
Yeah. If you're trying to save somebody, I'd recommend maybe just taking a CPR class and not following the exact steps laid out here.
Maybe try to pump some of that water out of her chest.
Yeah.
I mean, because she was underwater for a while. Yeah. So the thought would be at least that she's kind of like...
there's
kind of spitting up some water.
There's definitely water in those lungs.
Yeah. But she just goes like... What took you so long? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
It's like, James was just fucking around, whatever.
So, then we're kind of getting towards the end. They go back to base. They, everybody gets their lashes or whatever. The typical talking tos from the heads of the intelligence agencies.
Right.
And, so then they're like, well, I'm sending Bond. And then he's like, well, I'm not. Michael Madsen's in this, by the way, as I guess, Jinx said that she was part of the NSA.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little extreme for an NSA agent, but whatever. Because in NSA, more the computers and such, I thought. Anyway, Michael Madsen is just the same fucking guy in every movie, and I enjoy him in some things, but in this movie, I was like, you're just Mr. Blonde. What the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, so they, so they're sent in, and then they're gonna try to snipe Gustav and Frost, I guess, before they get in their plane to escape.
Do a god awful job of setting up the shot, and
Yeah, and then things get in their way. Then they're on the plane. And then they're like, "Oh fuck, we gotta go." And so it's like, "Okay, let's go." And then James has these little
just like little clippers, little pliers, yeah.
And he's like, "Tink, tink," and then we go one pan away and one pan back, and somehow they have the whole fence ripped up
Yeah.
down the middle. I'm like, okay, sure. That definitely would have taken like 25 minutes
Yeah.
for her to clip enough links.
I'm almost there.
The plane. Why are you still trying? The plane took off, James. It's over.
They're gone. I can shoot out the tires. It's in the air, James.
The tires. So anyhow, a lot of stuff on the plane. You know, the North Korean general, the dad. He's ashamed to have a white son now.
Wasn't quite the shame of having a white son, more of a, why are you my son in a white man's body, and also you're kind of a dick.
Yeah, but I mean, he knew his son was a dick.
Yeah.
His son's always been kind of a dick, right?
He had the line of, my son died a long time ago. I'm sure that hurt.
That hurt. That's why, and then it hurt when his dad got shot.
Yeah. With his, like, chest burster gun. I didn't really understand where the actual, like, bullet was. Okay.
I'm just confused as to how he shot his dad without also shooting himself.
Yeah,
'cause
like,
if you shoot a gun that close, I'm pretty sure it's going through the person.
Yeah.
Of course, he is wearing his little Iron Man suit.
I don't know.
I just love that the reveal to seeing his dad for the first time. Bring my father down. And then he comes down. And then he turns around. And he's got the fucking goggles and the whole suit on. It's like,
He's in, like, his VR setup, and
it's like, what are you doing? That's not, I don't know. Anyhow. So the plane scene's a little ridiculous. So the dad dies, and then James is like, here we go. And then he shoots a window, and then a bunch of people, most of the crew get sucked
just
out.
gets sucked out.
And then they fight, and then there's a girl fight with Halle Berry's character, Jinx, and
Hot as shit.
Miranda Frost. Yeah, for whatever reason, Miranda Frost just shows up.
In, like,
with,
just this weird-ass, like
a sports
tube
bra,
top
essentially.
Sports bra thing, yeah.
Yeah, so and then Halle Berry's like, all right, well, I'll take off my army shirt.
Yeah. I've no complaints against
No
it.
complaints.
But it
Did it
is
make sense?
curious, though.
Did it make sense?
No.
Am I okay with it?
Yeah.
So, anyhow. So all that happens. And then before Jinx and Miranda have their little sword fight, you know, she points the plane in the direction of the fucking space laser.
Big brain.
Yeah, but I don't know, the planes look pretty fucking fragile.
Yeah, it doesn't take nothing for something to set them off course and get them to fall apart. And
It seems like the power of the sun in a focused beam driving through that.
mm-hmm. Do a little more than
Might-
just, scalding the outside and catching it on fire a little bit.
Might take that plane out of the sky.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
No.
It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and so we had made comment, I think, on it a little bit before, where it's like the effect of the plane kind of being on fire looked like kind of wonky and all that. Some scenes of it was like kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Most of the scenes it was like a little wonky looking, but yeah, just
Bad CGI. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But like just the sheer logic of it, it's like you are driving through or you're not driving, you're flying through a sunbeam, and now you're this plane that's just like immolated, like all the metal on it is going to be superheated, and like it's still magically flying perfectly straight. Like, the engine's sure like falling apart, everything's on fire, but like the performance of this vehicle is unhindered. It's a miracle.
It's like a Honda,
It just keeps going.
Keeps running. So, yeah. So that's all a good time and all. and the people were getting sucked out of the plane. And then it's a my note was, good thing those girls had those tank tops on for that fight scene. And so then it's funny because then they're like, okay, we got to escape this plane. And, they have the little motorized ramp that just, exits all the vehicles out of the back. Because there's a couple cars in there. The cars just
fly
falling.
off. No big deal.
And I just thought it was really convenient how that plane exploded like seconds after the helicopter got out. But yet all the electrical systems in that plane worked long enough for that helicopter to be slid
it
out
was
the back.
flawless. There was no hiccup. Everything just worked exactly as intended.
I thought he was going to have to get out and push
Yeah.
a helicopter, which is hard.
Or, you shoot like a chain or something that has like a stopper on it to keep the things from falling out. Something. Some kind of manual action that would logically make sense for a plane that literally drove through the sun.
Yeah.
But no. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not to mention, what was their choice of escape vehicle?
Helicopter.
A helicopter. And what is probably one of the most fragile aircraft?
Helicopter.
It's also the helicopter.
Yeah.
It was a trick question. We knew it was going to be a helicopter.
Yeah.
But like as soon as that thing just like came out of the bay, like it should have just spun around, the tail should have broken off, and then they both died just terrible awfully.
Yeah. But Jinx says looks like we're going down together. They get in the helicopter and they get somehow the helicopter kicks on at just the right moment. They do not crash land.
Yeah, helicopter's got fucking plot armor.
Yeah. And of course, how we end this movie is just Bond in a situation with some chick. Oh yeah, by the way, retags the line. You said something about us going down together.
Gotta love those sexual innuendos.
But of course we find Bond in a situation at the end where it's just him and a gal and some innuendos going on.
Lots of diamonds.
Putting them places. Putting them on orifices.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry about that, man. That was one of the craziest phone calls of my entire life. That was insane.
Yeah.
Really wish I could elaborate.
Okay.
But if I had to sum up, bad summary for that call, a lot of death threats. That was crazy. We'll leave that there. That was just such a crazy fucking phone call, buddy.
Okay. So, that's kind of where we leave that one. Is, just the ending like any other.
Yeah.
Of these Bond movies. I don't remember which notebook I had the Bond ratings and shit in. So I got a lot of notepads going around right now.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, it's right here. It's this one.
It's this one.
How convenient. You want to do the whole budget thing, which the budget number is probably not accurate as per usual.
Sure.
Because what am I going to get a reliable source for this?
You're lucky we even get sources and don't just make this up.
I might have.
I'm going 350 mil.
Yeah, so that's your guess for budget or box office?
Budget. Or no,
budget?
no, what the fuck am I talking about? 180 mil.
180 for budget?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What was budget of the last one?
135 was the budget for World Is Not Enough.
Dang, 180 kind of fits. Let's go a little bit less, maybe 165.
And you said what?
180.
It is 142.
Oh, wow.
Guess on the box office.
Street fitting.
I'm undercut again, 325.
431.
Woo!
Big puppy.
You know what? We're getting to the modern era. They're starting to make a little bit more money off of these things. That feels right.
Yeah. We didn't... Did we do World Is Not Enough without you?
Possibly.
Was it... I feel like you show up to watch all of them. It's just sometimes you got to leave.
Well, yeah. Sometimes.
Because you get death threats or whatever. Yeah. What would you give for a rating for Die Another Day?
Dude, I'm sorry. That was the craziest fucking phone call in my life. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to
Yeah.
Process and recuperate and get all my fucking marbles together.
I see. I feel you.
It wasn't a bad movie. I don't necessarily just love James Bond. I think I've kind of just almost grown out of it a little bit. I'm kind of watching all this death and despair. It's kind of like, well, it's hitting close to home. No. Yeah, I like this one. What did I rate? I'm over here, right? Or where am I at?
You're the H.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna shoot up quite a bit here, man. I think I'm gonna go 7.9.
Ooh, shit.
7.9. Is that my highest rated one? I didn't give any 8s, did I?
Your highest was 7.8.
Okay.
On A View to a Kill.
See, I definitely enjoyed this one more. Because I don't even remember that movie.
7.9. That was one with Christopher Walken.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With all the senseless killing and the the bat shittery in the mine or whatever.
Yeah. What would you rate Die Another Day?
I think I'd go 7.5 on this one.
I have gone back and forth on this because I was like, I'm going to come in and give it an 8. And then I'm like, fuck. I didn't like the story enough. It's a little choppy and and Brosnan, man, he's just kind of fucking cheesy,
Yeah.
He is a little bit of like a two-dimensional character, He doesn't have quite as much depth as Sean.
I think Sean gets points just because he's the first.
Yeah.
And then Moore gets points because he was around the longest. And then Dalton can suck a dick. And then Brosnan, I don't know, I think he can suck a dick. I like him. And that was the first Bond I'd ever really known.
Sure.
Because I played the Everything or Nothing video game. I don't know, man. But this one, I wasn't in pain to watch this movie multiple times.
No, the 2 hours spent here felt a lot better than the 2 hours we spent on a lot of these by a pretty good margin.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a 7.7. Yeah. Which is what I gave the last one as well. All right. Well, look at that. We got through another Bond movie.
I really like this one, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
These
ratings are just, it's like I feel like I got to go back to that View to a Kill and give it a 4 because I do not remember it now. Some Christopher Walken, you know what I mean? But
well, I bet you were feeling good too because you got to think that was Dance
into the Fire.
I don't remember it.
That fatal kiss is all we need.
I do remember that part.
Yeah. So, it was a feel good.
It was a feel good. Yeah, it was a good time.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we made it through another one. Next, we'll do Austin Powers Gold Member to cap off the Brosnan/Dalton era. And then we'll be able to dive right into the Craig era. So, I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Austin Powers.
Yeah.
First and foremost, but yeah, excited to be kind of hitting our more modern takes on the James Bond and kind of finishing up here.
Yeah.
I'm excited as well. Next time I'll be completely present. Hopefully this whole death threat thing gets wrapped up into a bow nice and soon. But
if not, I'll have a banner on screen for
R.I.P.
Nice little fade to black and gray, and
it's in memoriam.
No.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Just give a nice smile for the camera, just in case. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Catch us on the Twitter at Consequences1, on the Instagram. Maybe we'll get some videos up there someday. The YouTube and the emails to consequenceshotline@yahoo.com. And yeah. Spotify,
Thanks for
Apple
watching.
Podcast, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Or listening.
Hopefully not my penultimate episode.